And it looks like we're doing the heroes range again. I like narrowing the heroes range, which is
66
my range,
today.
of course.
And it looks like we're doing the
that, especially when it's in the big blind or small blind, when my ranges are a bit bigger for calling 2-bets and stuff. So we're going to go ahead and take a look through. We have it sorted just like we did yesterday by river action. Lots of these checks, some check calling hands. We saw some check calling yesterday, I think it was. Checks. I mean, you can imagine, because I'm out of the blinds, I'm out of position most likely in most of these hands. I'm just doing a ton of checking, playing stuff pretty darn passively. I don't see too much aggressive stuff. Check, bet, check. That might be an interesting one. Oh, this was the hand from yesterday. Check, raise, check, call. Those are some cool actions to kind of narrow myself down. Checks, check, raise, bet, call, bet. Oh, look at that. Double check raising. That's interesting. This will be the hand. Let's do it. I like it. I don't often double check raise. I mean, most likely it's a really good hand or a really good bluffing spot, you know. So July 1st is the date of this one. Oh, got to pull out our poker tools, of course. First off, we have our heroes range template from SplitSuit, and you can see the bottom of the screen right there, splitsuit.com/templates, and of course, Flopzilla, the two tools we use, and Poker Tracker 4, of course. So, oh darn, I just said the date. I don't remember it. I'll look up the date later. 878-39675. Whatever the date is. The notes, let's see here. In the big blind, I don't know what happens. Whoops. Notes. Double check raise hand. That's pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing this right here. So, myqbell decides to open, and we've got me, a WackyJuan right here, and I just call. Okay, so myqbell is in a steal position. On the button, steal position. I've only got 34 hands on the guy. His steal percentage as a total is 33, 100% on the button. It's really not enough. I mean, what is it? It's 1 out of 1 because it's only 34 hands. We've got to put him on a decent steal range right here. We're not ranging him, of course, but we could think about his range at least. Most likely he has somewhere between a 30 and a 40% range, somewhere in there for his stealing. It is 85 cents, so I've got the feeling that it just feels a little bit bigger, so he probably wants us to fold. So let's say he's got a hand like, we'll just give him pocket eights right here. Because it feels like the hand that, you want to steal. Great, if everyone folds. I only had pocket eights. At least I won the blind. And if they call, you have the chance to hit a set, flop an open-ender on a 6-7-9 board, that kind of thing. So let's take a look at our 2-bet calling ranges here. 26%. Now, this guy looks to be a bit loose aggressive, but it is only 34 hands. So what am I calling? So far, it looks like I'm playing pretty tight at this table, over 33 hands. Maybe I'm not getting dealt good cards. Maybe I'm in kind of a nitty mood, a nitty state of mind right now, whatever the case is. So let's go with a decently wide calling range. This feels good. I think I would be 3-betting 10s. Like I said yesterday, 10s are often my threshold for 3-betting in the blinds. 9s I'm often just calling, but 10s I can 3-bet here. I like the call. King, queen suited I can 3-bet, but oftentimes I will just call as well. I definitely like 3-bets with the ace king. Ace queen suited I like 3-betting as well. Ace jack, well, I'll sometimes call with the ace queen suited, so we'll put that in this time. We'll probably end up narrowing that out of our range. I shouldn't say probably. Who knows what'll happen here. I'm calling. I like all these as calls. Sometimes 5-4 suited. Sometimes 6-5 will be the lowest I'll go. Actually, no, let's not put the 5-4 suited in because it's 85 cents. He's betting a little bit bigger here. So now that I actually think about that, let's take that out. I'll probably call here at 85 cents. Probably not call that. Probably not calling all the kings. Ace 8 not calling. Those bad boys not calling. Ace 9 not. 10-9 I can call. Ace 9 I would most likely fold in this instance if I didn't want to 3-bet it. Ace queen, ace jack. Yeah, I'm good here. So this is my calling range. Let's take this off so we get a true count of our pre-flop combos. 280 combos at a 21%. Whoops. Okay. 21%. 280 combos. Pretty decent sized range right here. And then you can see it's just, I just had to take out a lot of those hands because I realized that he made it bigger, which is going to constrict my range a little bit here. So we'll give him those 8s again. Currently, if he does have that middle pair, he actually is a favorite. 59 to my, we could just say, yeah, 59 to my 41% equity right now. So this is interesting. We don't know that that's what he has, but we'll just put him on that middle pocket pair that wants to push us off. So on the flop, ace, king 4, heart, spade, heart. All right, so on this board, obviously if he has the 8s, it's just not really a good hand or a good board for him, for sure. But on this board, you could see with our range here, with a ton of aces, suited aces, we have top pair or better, open into straight draw better, and the combo draws 34% of the time. So 34% of the time we like this flop. We want to continue in this hand with a lot of our range. And as we know already, we're check raising on 2 different streets, so that's pretty interesting. Let's see what his sizing is before we check raise, because what if he's tossing out like a tiny little 2 big blind bet? We might be check raising just as a straight bluff, so let's see what his sizing is. And remember, or not remember, but look, I've got a full stack behind, so if I hit a killer hand, a check raise is a great way to start building the pot early in hopes of getting all of it in. I check, he bets. Okay, bet's kind of a standard C-bet half pot. Could be a bluff, could be a blocking bet with any kind of draw. Could be just a king, could be pocket 8s, just trying to get us to fold. And then we come in for a min check raise. Now, that totally feels like value for me. Oftentimes when I'm bluffing, I'll be making it like 2.5x. So I would expect myself to be making it 225 to 250, somewhere in that range right here, as a bluff to get him to fold. Because as you know, bigger bet sizes make people fold a little bit more often. Smaller sizes get them to call. At this sizing, he only needs 17% equity to make the call. So he really can call with any ace, any king. He can call with a couple of hearts easily with any flush draw. Especially if he has something like queen, jack of hearts with a gut shot plus a flush draw. He's totally calling here. So I think that this is not, honestly, this is not getting anything to fold. I guess pocket 8s might fold. Yeah, so things that completely whiff this, that doesn't have a heart, a weak third pair, weak undercards like a 7-8 offsuit or 7-8 suited even of clubs. That kind of thing could fold here to this min raise. But most likely, I'm making this min raise for value. I want him to call, or maybe even come over the top at this point. So he does just call. So what hands make this what I'm considering to be a value min raise at this point? Let's see here. Well, we'll start up top. Sets are totally making this. 2 pairs. What are the 2 pairs? Only ace 4. That's right, because I don't have ace king because I would have 3-bet pre-flop. Yep, I think sets can do it. Top pair hands? I think all of those could currently. If he does have pocket 8s and wants to continue, all of my weak and stronger aces, they're all getting value out of him. All getting value out of kings, even king queen with like a let's say he has king queen of hearts. He has a flush draw plus a backdoor straight draw plus a second pair. He could totally call here and give me value with my ace, with my top pair hands. So I could be doing that. Middle pairs now, these various kings. I don't think I'd be check raising here. I think I'd be check calling with the middle pairs. Weak pairs, not check raising. No made hand, not check raising. Flush draws. I do like the check raise with the flush draw. It does feel, it's on the smaller size, right? Smaller side. It's a min check raise. I would normally make those bigger with a flush draw, but I can see myself doing it on one street. So let's keep those in for now. Gut shots, check raising. I could for, yeah, actually I could. I'll keep those in as well. 2 card, no, not those. And these combos, we'll keep those in as well. So you could see that I'm pretty darn heavy for value. And then I do have some decent draws that I could be check raising with right here. So if we say that this is my range, 54% of my flop range, so 54% of the 280 hands continued in this instance for 123 combos. Sorry, you probably hear my dog barking in the background. Cool beans. Yep, look at, wait, did I? Did I copy that right? Oh, 44 is here because that's the set. So when you do Control-Alt-T, interesting. Ace, Queen, Ace, 10. No, pocket fours. Yeah, I'm just taking a look at this. I've never actually looked at this and tried to assess what it means. But I guess it kind of just goes down sets. There's my top pair hands. My 2 pair is somewhere. Ace 4. It's listed somewhere here. Oh, I guess it's all of those Ace Queen to Ace 4. Yeah, interesting. Okay. So yeah, I'd never actually taken a look at the range it spits out, that auto range right there. All right. So yeah, so as you can see, let's take a look at the combos real quick. Out of 123 combos in our range, 55 plus 3 plus 3, 6, 61. So half of our range is totally for value. Half of our range right now is betting for value with top pair or greater. The other half is some kind of a combo draw or just a straight draw right now. So currently we're 50-50 betting for value or a bluff. Let's see what happens. And as we know, he just called 540, and interesting on the 6 of clubs. So on the 6 of clubs right here, really, I mean, we're a 62% favorite if he does have that middle pair, because we have plenty of kings, plenty of aces in our range. We actually have pocket 9s in our range still that beats him currently, and we've got lots of nice heart draws and stuff in there. Yeah, so things are looking good. Let's see what happens. What does he bet? Last time he bet half pot and we min raised. Half pot again. Oh, wow. So is that a blocking bet, or is he like going for some weird value? You know, it's either a blocking bet or he's got like a weak ace or a weak king and he doesn't know what he's doing. It feels to me, I mean, we check raised. Unless now he's suddenly, maybe he has trips this whole time and is just slow playing us on the flop, and now he's going to get aggressive with a bet and then a 3 bet. I mean, that kind of thing is possible. But as we saw when we looked at the hand histories in Poker Tracker 4, we saw that it just goes check raise, not check raise call or check raise, raise again kind of thing. So I know he's just going to call here. What is he betting? It's got to be some kind of an ace, right? He's got a top pair and he thinks we're bluffing with a flush draw on 2 streets. So he bets again to charge us so we don't see a free river flush, but we check raise, which means we have a great hand. I don't know why he's calling right here. Unless he's got like a pair plus a flush draw, king, queen of hearts, king, jack of hearts. No aces have good draws, right? No aces have draws, so that seems like a weak hand to be betting and calling. Unless he has ace, queen, ace, jack with a top pair decent kicker. Guess that's possible. All right, so what are we check raising on a second street right here against this player who apparently doesn't seem to know what he's doing? Doesn't feel like it, at least. I guess unless he just put us on a bluff and wanted to a bluff check raise on the flop, and he wants to charge us so we don't see the free river. That could be the case. But if that is the case, why bet just half pot again? Your half pot 2 times in a row just smells like weakness. You should have upped that turn bet if you wanted me to fold and didn't want to face another check raise. Because look at that. He's making my check raise, even though it is just a min raise, he's making it pretty easy for me to make right there. It's just a really small check raise. If he would have bet 2/3 or 3/4 pot, my check raise would have to be much more expensive, be a bigger part of my stack. And as you can see, with just this sizing, I have almost a stack to pot ratio of 1 on the river. So what am I check raising with again? There's no straight. Oh yeah, no straights, of course. Any sets in my range? Still just the 4s. I'm totally check raising those again. I love it. 2 pairs. Ace 4, Ace 6, yeah, those are in my calling range pre. I can totally be doing that. Top pair hands. You know, I don't like a second check raise with all of these. Definitely not. Ace 10, no. Ace Jack, maybe Ace Jack. Ace Queen off. Yeah, I could see Ace Queen offsuit. So if I can do it offsuit, I'm doing it suited as well. Ace 10 suited. I don't see any reason. I can't have the Ace 10, the nut flush draw, because, you know, the Ace of Hearts is out there. So I don't think, definitely not these weak kicker ones. I would just be check calling with these. I can see myself check raising the flop, check calling the turn. Ace 10 suited. Would I check raise here? Ace It's 1-2 third best kicker. Not a 2-pair, but I mean third best single card kicker. Ace queen, ace jack, ace 10. I don't think I'd be check raising a second time with ace 10. No, let's do that. So we're going to narrow those top pairs down just a little bit. Not as many combos in the range anymore. Mid pairs definitely not check raising. Flush draw, I don't think I would check raise a flush draw on another street. And like I said before, if I did, I'd be making it bigger. 2x or a min raise, 2x isn't enough. 2.5 or 2.75 or even 3x is much better. So I'm going to take away the draws, and basically I have top pair or better for the second check raise right here. And maybe that's a leak. Maybe I need to be able to check raise my flush draws and open enders and stuff. But yeah, I guess I'm just too value oriented, especially against a player like this. Only 34 hands, but he's loose passive. I should be going more for value than I should be bluffing players like this. So wow, look at that range. Only 32. Only 32 32 combos of hands right here. 26% of our flop range. Wow. We are narrowing ourselves big time. 280 to 32. So we've taken away almost 90% of our hands up to this point. That is great. And that's what's going to happen probably for all of you watching too. I mean, a double check raise means you're totally going for value against a guy that you think can call. That's really how I view the situation. Double check raising. 10 of diamonds here. Hits. Yep, 10 of diamonds. And what does that do? Well, for our range, of course, because we had all top pair hands or better, of course, we beat fourth pocket pair right now. So he's not calling check raising. I'm sorry. He's not betting and then calling a check raise on the flop and turn with this. So, but I don't want to change this now because if I did, it would mess up with all our combos and stuff. So we'll just keep them on pocket eights. Now the 10 hits. Let's see. At this point, he could have been calling with every ace. He does have ace king in his range, but not for just bet calling on the turn. I think if he had ace king, he would be betting and then 3-betting us for value with top 2 on the turn. Now, it's possible that he hit a second pair on this river. I check raised twice. I think he will be a little bit cautious, even if he has a 10 or ace 10 here, or even king 10 for 2 pair. I think he'll be checking behind quite often. If I bet, if I have ace 4, let's say I have ace 4 2 pair, what is calling me? What is calling a third street? It seems like only, man, it seems if I value bet like a 2 pair hand or better here, I'm only getting called by something better, right? I'm only getting called by ace king, a set of aces, a set of kings. They'd be actually raising at this point. I think betting for value is, I check. So the fact that I did not bet for value, we can probably take sets out of our range here. We can probably keep these in as willing to check call in case he does have an ace king he's slow playing or an ace 10 that just hit on the river. I think we can, and there's only 5 combos of that. I think we're check calling, and I think we're check calling here. I don't think any of those deserve a value bet on the river. I'm good with that. So I just took away 3 sets from our range, so we're at 29 combos right here. So let's see if we're right. Oh, so we checked and then, wait, so yeah, we check, he checks behind. So what do we got? Ace queen offsuit. Is that in our range? It was, right? Top pair hand. Yep, top pair, ace queen offsuit, queen kicker. So the best kicker, the best non-2 pair kicker, with the queen right there. Makes sense. What does he have? I hope we won this hand. Ace 3 suited. Top pair, weak kicker. Calling 2 check raises. Maybe he just thinks we're capable of bluffing on 2 streets with a couple of hearts. Or a gut shot or a weak king. Yeah, so he probably puts us on a bluff and he just thinks his top pair is good on 2 streets. So this is interesting. We got to make a note on this guy. Whoops. For this cash game, capable of bet call on flop turn, top pair, weak kicker. Go for max value with top pair plus hands. So far, I mean, you could see at this point I only have 34 hands on the guy. But I think if he's willing to call, now that I see his hand and he bet called twice, I bet if I made a $5 bet, if I made an $8 bet just a half pot, he's calling with his ace. If I make a bet that looks like I'm trying to bluff, he's calling. So I probably did miss out on value here. I would think so. But at the time, he bet 2 different streets. I mean, that feels like he might have a 2 pair. An ace, ace king, ace 4 that just kind of played cautiously post flop. I mean, it's possible those are in his range right here. So, but seeing this now, yeah, I think I possibly missed out on a small value bet. I could have gone for thin value with like $6 or $7 with my top pair, top kicker, versus his top pair, weak kicker right here. Yep, so let's make a note of this right here. Missed a thin river value bet with top pair, top kicker versus top pair, weak kicker, and I think he would have called. Alrighty. Well, hey, I'm happy that we were accurate with the ace queen. That's pretty sweet. And I'm happy that I found a double check raising hand. That is awesome as well. I remember back in the day, what was it? I saw like an article from somebody somewhere, and you know, they were talking about, I can't remember what it was called, but they gave like a trophy or an achievement. That's what it was. Some kind of an achievement to people who check raise 3 streets. And I doubt I've ever done that. But that would be a pretty cool achievement, especially if you're going for value versus a super fishy player that might bet 3 streets with like top pair, top kicker, and you have a set. Check raise, check raise, check raise. That would be awesome. One of these days I'll get that. But as you can see when we're looking at PT4 here, there's that check raise hand. Pretty awesome. So let me tag this hand with my 66 days tag. I think I have to hit refresh. Nope, it popped up right then. Somewhere down here. Check raise, check call. There it is. Yep, so I made the tag on it so we don't try to read this one. Ooh, checking it. We might do this hand tomorrow. Check call, bet call, check. Actually, you know, scrolling. Oh, holy cow. There's a lot of good hands down here with some good action. Okay, so we'll come back tomorrow and do a little bit more big blind action. Maybe we'll do some villains range tomorrow. But thank you very much, everybody, for watching, and I'll catch you on the flip side.